The Golden Temple, the name that stirs the divinity latent within every man. The Golden Temple, the name that evokes the sublime and the noble in every soul. The Golden Temple. For the devotees, Sri Harmandir Sahib is the sacred shrine of the Sikhs, which stands for all that's sublime and noble in the Indian religious tradition. Exquisitely built in marble and copper, surmounted with gold foil and delicately sculptured, it holds an irresistible fascination both for the inquisitor and the devotee. Here, everything is resplendent with the light of the infinite, emanating from the sanctum sanctorum. Here, the eternal melody rings uninterruptedly and enters the very soul of man. Here, the spiritual ambrosia flows, giving hope and life to the sullen, the bewildered, and the neurotic.
हर जपे हर मंदिर साजिया संत भगत गुण गावे राम संत भगत गुण गावे राम हर जपे हर जपे हर मंदिर साजिया संत भगत गुण गावे राम हर जपे
The Golden Temple is virtually a paradise for those who are interested in the transcendental realities of life or the profound truths of human existence. It's also a Kamadhenu for those who pay obeisance at the shrine for the fulfillment of their worldly desires. Enter the Golden Temple, and you feel as if you have landed in the El Dorado of supreme joy and bliss, as if your ego was fast melting away, as if you were experiencing a mutation in your very psyche and were in direct communion with the divine. Guru Arjan Dev was right in saying, Dithe sabe thav, nahi tud jeha. I've been to many places, but none can match thy grandeur.
ताव नहीं तुझे डिठे सबे थाम थाव नहीं तुझे थाव नहीं तुझे बदो पुरख बिदाते ता तू सोया डिठे सबे थाम थाव नहीं तुझे थाव नहीं तुझे डिठे सबे थाम थाव नहीं तुझे थाव नहीं तुझे.
The Golden Temple is not important simply because it enjoys the status of the Kaaba or the Vatican among the Sikhs, but because it's been a living symbol of the eternal values of truth, righteousness, and brotherhood of mankind. Consecrated by the services and sacrifices of devotees and holy men, it has come to represent the very ethos of Indian culture. Opinions vary as to the origin of the place where the Harmandir is presently situated. Some trace it back to the times of the epics and the Puranas, when an Amrit Kund or a spring of nectar existed here. Ikshavaku, the founder of the solar race of kings, is said to have performed sacrificial rites at this spot. It is believed that the place had lost much of its glory under the sway of Buddhism, which it regained after the visit of Guru Nanak Dev in AD 1532. By that time, the Amrit Kund had virtually become a pond, although it was still regarded by many as having rejuvenating properties. Tradition says that the second Sikh Guru Angad's chronic skin disease was cured by a herb which was found near the Kund. Another popular story is that of a leper who was completely cured after taking bath in the pond, much to the astonishment of his wife, who'd gone to procure food for him. The third Guru Amar Das thought of developing this hallowed place into a religious center, but it was his successor, Guru Ram Das, who took concrete steps in that direction. Whatever be the truth in these traditions, the fact remains that the entire area gradually came to be known as Chak Guru Ram Das or Ramdaspura, now Amritsar. Although the excavation of the sacred Sarovar began in the times of Guru Ram Das, it was left to Guru Arjan Dev to make it wider and deeper and to get it pakka with bricks. After it was complete, Guru Arjan Dev initiated the task of constructing a holy shrine in the middle of the Sarovar. Mian Mir, the famous Sufi faqir of Lahore, was asked to lay the foundations of Harmandir on the first Magh, Samvat 1645, that is January 1589.
संतां के कारज आप करोया हर कम करावणे आया अमृत जल छाया पूर्ण साज
The construction of the Harmandir was completed in AD 1601. 3 years later, Adi Granth, the sacred book of the Sikhs, was installed in it, and Bhai Buddha was appointed the first head priest. Keeping in view the religious character of Harmandir, the sixth Guru, Guru Hargobind, who wielded the swords of Miri and Piri, constructed the Akal Takht in front of the holy shrine to conduct all his temporal affairs. Since then, the Akal Takht, in all its majesty, stands as a living symbol of both the spiritual and the mundane aspects of life. Countless devotees laid down their lives to preserve the glory of the Harmandir at different times of history. When Zakaria Khan became the Subedar of Lahore in AD 1739, he inflicted innumerable atrocities on the Sikhs and compelled them to leave their hearths and homes. As he could not succeed in his mission of subduing them, he sought the opinion of the Qazis in the said matter. After being told that the tank in the vicinity of the Harmandir contained the elixir of life which made the Sikhs immortal, he blocked all the ways to Amritsar and stationed his soldiers around the shrine. Such restrictions, however, could not deter the devout Sikhs from fulfilling their religious obligations. Bhai Mani Singh, the then high priest of the Harmandir, preferred to die like a martyr rather than live pusillanimously by changing his religion. When Massa Ranghar, the Mughal commandant, converted the Harmandir into a police post and a stabling, and polluted it further by using the central shrine as a dancing hall, he was beheaded by two valiant Sikhs, Mehtab Singh and Sukha Singh. Likewise, when Taimur Shah, the governor of the Punjab, defiled the Harmandir, Baba Deep Singh managed to avenge the humiliation with his limited resources. It is said that during an encounter with the rival forces, which took place about 8 kilometers from Amritsar, he received a fatal cut on the neck. But undeterred by the grave injury, he held his almost chopped off head into his left hand and kept fighting before finally reaching the Harmandir, where he dropped dead. A monument to commemorate his heroic act is enshrined in the Gurudwara Shahid Bunga Baba Deep Singh. The Harmandir underwent many more vicissitudes in the times to come. The Afghan invaders destroyed it thrice, in AD 1757, 1762, and then in 1764. But it withstood all onslaughts to the astonishment of its detractors. The Harmandir was reconstructed during the Misl period when Sardar Jassa Singh Ahluwalia laid its foundation in AD 1764. When Maharaja Ranjit Singh captured Amritsar, he appointed a committee of prominent citizens of the city to supervise the affairs of the Harmandir. Some jagirs were conceded to it for meeting the expenses of langar. A number of bungas came to be constructed for the convenience of pilgrims who wanted to stay on. But in times to come, some literary persons settled in them and produced works of merit. It is said that the Maharaja spared some time every day for listening to the sacred hymns of the Guru Granth Sahib. He visited the Harmandir occasionally for having a dip in the Amrit Sarovar and for offering prayers. He made rich contributions to the Tosha Khana of the Harmandir by donating 4 pairs of gold-plated doors which are fitted only on special occasions, a gold umbrella bedecked with gems, a string of 108 pearls, a jewel-studded headband, and a magnificent canopy made of rich cloth with embroidered work in silver and gold. The gold inlay work in the shrine was continued by the successors of Maharaja Ranjit Singh. After the annexation of the Punjab in 1849, the control of the Harmandir came into the hands of the British resident. Subsequently, at the behest of the Deputy Commissioner of Amritsar, a committee of prominent Sikhs was appointed to render help in its day-to-day administration. But it failed to achieve much, as the strings of power remained with the British. The construction of the clock tower in 1862 was resented by many Sikhs who thought that it was meant to increase surveillance over the shrine. Sporadic efforts were made to free the Harmandir till the formation of the Central Sikh League in 1919, which passed a resolution demanding the total control and administration of Sikh religious shrines. The success of Akali agitation for the possession of the keys of Harmandir in 1922 left Mahatma Gandhi jubilant to the extent that he sent a telegram to Baba Khadak Singh, which read, "First battle of India's freedom won. Congratulations." Incessant struggles against the British culminated in the passing of the Sikh Gurudwara Act in 1925, whereby the control of hereditary Mahants and Pujaris over the shrine came to an end. A subsequent amendment to the Act, about 2 decades later, entrusted the task of administration to the Shiromani Gurudwara Prabandhak Committee. The Harmandir provides a veritable feast to the eyes because of the sublimity of its conception and the perfection of its beauty. The double-storied marble structure, raised on a square platform in the center of the pool of nectar, creates an awesome impression on the mind. The central shrine can be approached through the Darshani Deuri by a causeway which is about 60 meters long. The lower portion of the shrine is of white marble to some 6 feet, and above it the walls are adorned with the plates of gilded copper. All the 4 doorways are embellished with finely wrought silver. The Darshani Deuri, with its exquisite portal frame, panels, ivory inlay work, geometrical and floral designs in green and red, and air houses in the Bengal Mughal Chhatri style, is both imposing and graceful. The gold embossed panelings above the marble frontage of the shrine, the ornamental work of nakashis or painters on walls, the gilded plates on cornices, the roofs, the cupolas and the columns, the inlay work on ceilings, and the lamps on the causeway make one feel as if one has entered the heaven, the very heaven. The upper floor of the temple has a miniature hall of mirrors called the Sheesh Mahal. Its walls are adorned with matchless floral designs, and on its arches are inscribed sacred hymns in gold letters. It's a place for performing Akhand parts or the non-stop recitation of the Holy Granth. There's a long circumambulatory path encircling the Sarovar, which the devotees traverse with a religious zeal that is seen to be believed. Referring to the majestic splendor of the Harmandir, the great art critic Percy Brown wrote, as an example not so much of architectural style, but of religious emotion materialized in marble, glass, colors, and metal, the Golden Temple at Amritsar is equaled only by Shwed Dragon Pagoda in Rangoon. The former symbolizes the faith of the Sikhs, and the latter is the highest expression in a very similar range of material of another Indian religion, that of the Buddhists. The Harmandir is not merely a wonderful piece of structure, it's also the reflector of the Word of God. In the sanctuary, the Guru Granth Sahib is kept on a raised platform under a scintillating canopy bedecked with precious gems. Every morning, the Holy Granth, in attractive rumalas or robes, is carried in a golden palanquin from the Kotha Sahib situated on the Akal Takht to the Sanctum Sanctorum. The day in the Harmandir begins with the recitation of Asa Diwar. The devotees come in millions. Some pilgrims prefer to take bath in the holy Sarovar and recite Japji Sahib before going to the shrine.
कोई बकाया न खाया सबको आखिर पार कोई प्राणा सुते पी फिर पाइए हो नानक तक न तुती जे तक होए जोर महला पहला ना मनिए पत पुने साना की सत्सु
Ardas, the Sikh form of prayer, is made 6 times a day to invoke the blessings of the Almighty. The Kirtan, or the singing of sacred hymns from the Guru Granth Sahib, goes on uninterruptedly till the gates of the shrine are closed at night. An important place of worship near the Harmandir is the Baba Atal shrine, about which it's commonly said, Baba Atal Deve Pakiyan Pakaiyan Kal. It's a 9-storied structure built between AD 1778 and 1784 to commemorate the memory of Atal Rai, the prodigious child of Guru Har Gobind Sahib, who died at the age of 9. The shrines in the Harmandir are Gurudwara Lachi Ber, Gurudwara Thada Sahib, Ber Baba Buddha Ji, Gurudwara Dukh Panjan Ber, Atsat Tirath, and Gurudwara Manji Sahib. All these places are equally venerated as they have a very rich historical past. The free mess, known as Guru Ramdas Ka Langar, is open for one and all at specified times in the Harmandir. The institution of providing a common kitchen was made popular by the Sikh gurus for breaking the barriers of caste and for eliminating other distinctions between man and man. The langar attracts heavy rush on Gurparabs and important festivals like Diwali and Vaisakhi. The way to the treasure house of the temple on the first floor of Darshini Deori lies through massive silver doors and a staircase. It contains a number of precious articles which are displayed to the pilgrims only on special occasions. The Sikhs describe this show of imposing pomp and grandeur as jalao. The word jalao derives from the Arabic expression jalwa, which means a display of splendor, which of course it is. The Harmandir presents the divine symphony of order, harmony, beauty, and peace. Hundreds of people play at the shrine every day, or to find spiritual solace. Like a lighthouse, which has guided mankind on to the path of truth and righteousness for the last about 400 years. Provided shelter to the forlorn and a smile to the bereaved. The second is the substratum of our ethos, the very being of our culture. Let us all pray with the great Guru who spoke reverently to the Almighty. Jagat Jalandar rakh le, apni kirpa tar, chit dware upare, Tit lehu ubar. The world is burning, O Lord. Lord, save it by thy grace. Save it through the gate by which it can be saved.